Welcome to the Kay Willis Positive Vibes Podcast. Kay Willis Positive Vibes Talk Show on 98.5 FM WSAX. And I have back part 2 because I always have to do an encore. These people are amazing. So I have a Daryl Robinson, and he is the Executive Director and CEO of Communities in Schools of Ohio, also known as CIS, with over 31 years of nonprofit leadership. He has served in roles with City Year Columbus, United Way of Central Ohio, and the Columbus Urban League. He holds a bachelor's from Denison University and an MBA from Keller Graduate School of Management. His interests includes basketball and martial arts, and he is a second-degree black belt. So thank you once again.
Thank you for having me on here.
I appreciate it. Yes, and we talked in the last episode about the benefits of that CIS is doing with different locations in Central Ohio, all over Ohio, how they partnered with care stores. And then we also ended off part 1. So if you guys missed part 1, just go ahead. It's going to be also on my podcast, Kay Willis Positive Vibes Podcast. If you guys missed it, you go tune in to that. But we ended off with you can also volunteer.
Yes.
Yes. So let's kind of start off with that and go into how can you volunteer for CIS?
Absolutely. So we do have opportunities to partner with our schools based off of volunteer initiatives that others can get involved with. So what one example might be, so in one of our school districts, Southwestern, they do something called, it's Franklin Heights.
Okay.
They do something called Falcon Feed. And they do it every year. And I think it was started by some football players who wanted to give back to the community. So that site coordinator was working with these young people in developing this program that's designed to feed the community in many cases. And so what they did last year was really cool. I got a chance to participate where they were grilling out food, and they had all these activities that you could do, and you can drive up and get a nice little, box of whatever of chicken and hamburgers and all these things, so that getting people engaged in that way. And there's ways to volunteer, either by your time or giving supplies or giving dollars. I know we've had some sponsors that have done some of those things as well. If you look on our website, there's opportunities to volunteer. Say you want to do like a student support kit.
Okay.
That could be hygiene items. It could be school support items, those types of things. There have been cases in the past where schools, I don't know if they do them that much anymore. They do like report card conferences. I don't know if anybody's ever done one of those where you come and volunteer at a school and you sit down across from a young person and you go with their report card and talk about how they're doing and where they're struggling and where they think they could, get some different types of support. So we're looking to build out that module. We have dedicated staff that are working with our partners. So many of our corporate partners, they love to do volunteer opportunities. And so we really look for ways for them to get their associates involved, whether it be through direct work at a school or providing resources that we can pass out or provide to the students for the site coordinators to utilize. Yeah.
And what's your website information? And we'll also mention it again at the end, but just in case someone wants to jot it down.
www.ciskids.org.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's good. So if someone wants to get some packets together, some some little boxes, put some crayons, because it's K through 12.
K through 12. So I don't know if anybody's been in the middle school lately, but what's the snack every kid loves in this world? Do I need the Takis or?
Okay, hot chips.
Hot chips. So you think about, kids are like, hey, can I get? I was in one classroom and the site coordinator has her little snack box or whatever, and the young person, he had finished his worksheet. And he's like, Miss so and so, can I get some of those Takis over there? They all wanted the Takis. I'm like, I'm not a big fan, but they were really loving those, and little things like that get kids excited and make them want to come. Now, you're not coming to get out of class, right? You're not coming to just get hot chips. You're coming to interact with the site coordinator and get something out of that time together, whether it's academic, whether it's one-on-one, whether it's a group activity. I'll give you a real quick story. We were at Maple Heights. We talked about Maple Heights earlier, and that site coordinator, we were at the high school. I don't know if anyone's ever been to Maple Heights High School. It's an incredible school. Superintendent's great, principal, but that site coordinator was doing a small group. We got to watch her facilitate this SEL, social emotional development and learning type activity where they talked about their goals being young women, specifically young African American women. What are some of those things that are challenging? What are some of those things that are going to be challenging once you leave here? What are some triggers that would hinder your development, and how do you manage those? So it was these teenagers talking in this little circle, only 5 or 6 of them, really having insight, and the psych coordinators facilitating them figuring out how to manage their emotions, how to manage how they interact with people, having positive behaviors in their interactions for the purpose of them moving forward in whatever they want to do. So things like that are very, very beneficial, because afterwards we interviewed some of the young people. They were like, this is one of the reasons why I come to school.
Wow.
Or why I'm more engaged in school, because I can go see Miss Moore, spend time with her, and she just listens. She doesn't have any agenda or try to make any judgment, just listens, right? And we have good conversations about these types of things. So imagine duplicating that across multiple schools and multiple children. Yeah, so site coordinators are very, very good at building those relationships. It all goes back to relationships. All the money in the world, all the resources, if we don't have relationships, none of this works.
Right.
Yeah, it's like a good coach and a good teacher has to build relationships.
Yes, and that's what I was going to say. So it's kind of like having an individual coach that helps and guides them.
You can say that. Yeah. Yep. And then tracking. No, I just shouldn't use the word tracking. Keeping data on how we're doing.
Okay.
Right. So if I'm working with these students and I'm seeing them going from here to here, how do I capture that in a way that is beneficial for what the principal looks at? And how is this program working in my schools? If I'm investing in it, I want a return. And then being able to show that in terms of numbers, qualitatively and quantitatively. So storytelling plus the data equals a really good experience, in my opinion.
That's good. So have you guys, and I'm pretty sure, because it's been in business since 93, right?
We've been here in Columbus since 1993.
Since 1993.
But the national organization's been around since for the past 50 years. Yeah.
So what other success stories have you guys had from people, and do they come back as well and become site coordinators?
So one success story. So if your listeners, whenever they get a chance, we just did a forum with the Columbus Metropolitan Club.
Okay.
A couple of weeks ago. It was called When Staying in School Takes More Than School. And if you've ever had a chance to watch or go to a CMC forum, they have these different topics where they're talking about things happening here in Central Ohio. And this particular forum, it included a panel with myself, a superintendent from a school district, someone from our Department of Education, and then we had a student. She's at Ohio State.
The
Ohio State, yeah. I didn't go to Ohio State. I forget to always do the Ohio State University. But she had a site coordinator for a significant amount of time growing up, going through her education experience. And she was the star of the show, in my opinion, because, being on that panel, I got a chance to hear how the site coordinators helped her at different stages of her school career. And they were very, very beneficial. And so stories like that, kind of make my heart melt, because you get to see the benefits and what they're doing now. So she's like, I didn't want to I wasn't sure if I was going to go to college. I'm not sure if I was going to have this opportunity. Site coordinator gave me more energy and more strength in myself and understanding that I can do anything, right? When you think of, you're a young African-American woman who has certain challenges that come with that, at least from her standpoint, but then to have someone to be that additional, you can do this.
Yes.
I can do this. Yeah. So stories like that are really, really cool. Yeah. And if you go and you can go online and look at it on YouTube, you can actually hear her story. So if you go to the CMC, Columbus Metropolitan Forum, they have an archive of all those videos. It was like 2 weeks ago. Okay. Check it out. And then you get to hear it from CIS standpoint, a school district standpoint, and then a policy standpoint. So you get and a student standpoint.
Yes.
You're getting all bases covered. Yeah.
That's good, because a lot of people are, and I know it's 2026, but a lot of people are still first generational college students.
Right.
And,
Right.
To have someone, because if they're first generation, they're the first ones to do that. So
Yeah.
they don't have anyone in the background saying, "Hey, go to school."
Mm-hmm.
You know, some people are just like, "Get a job. We don't care where it's at. But you gotta get out this house when you turn 18." You know, that's some things people are faced with.
Mm-hmm.
So to have someone and have that support from a coach to say, "Girl, you could do that.
Mm-hmm.
You could go to school. Let me tell you. Let me help you out."
Yeah.
And for them to come back and say,
Yeah.
"This has really helped me." That's really good. So shout out to CIS.
Yeah, we were in one school on the west side. It was a high school, and I'm in the CIS. They have a dedicated space, and I'm in there, and I'm talking with the psych coordinator, asking them questions. Well, how do you handle this, and what about that? And kids are steadily poking their head in, walking in. Hey, Mister, I'll say his name, Mr. Calvin. Can I talk to you about this? Well, when our time comes, you need to be in class,
Yeah.
but all these kids were coming in. Well, I've never seen this guy before. Who's the guy? Who's that? Oh, that's the CIS CEO. He's here to tell him about yourself. And so I'll make sure you shake hands, make sure you look him in the face, all these things that kids may not think about,
Right.
but are important ways of important things for development. And there was one young man, a Latino male. He's really in the car. First thing he said, "What kind of car do you drive?" I said, "Well, I drive a Honda." Who fixes it for you? I don't know, the dealership. That's what I want to do. I want to fix cars.
Oh, that's awesome.
When I came here, I had no idea what I wanted to do. I didn't know, but now I know what I think I want to do when I leave here. I'm not going to go to school, but I'm going to be a mechanic.
Yes.
And Mr. Calvin gives me a lot of insight and encouragement in whatever it is I want to do. And then the other young woman comes in, and she didn't mean to interrupt our meeting, but she was like, "I got to talk to you." And she was talking about things with her family and this and these challenging, and he was just giving her, "Hey, we're going to go deep into this later on, but thank you for coming in and thinking you want to have these sort of conversations with me. Let's get some more time when it's your dedicated time to speak with me." So those little mini stories are rooted in the relationship. We're walking down the hallways. He said, hey, I got to stop. I got to go deal with this. I got to go do that. And the principal's like, that's what he does.
Oh, wow.
That's what we need. And it feels good that it's a must-have as opposed to, it's a nice to have. That's
Right,
one thing.
right.
It's a different feeling. It's nice to have a site coordinator, or we got to have our site coordinator. That's what I love to hear. Yeah.
And that's amazing because, like we talked about earlier in the first episode, I mean, teachers are there to teach. And it's kind of a challenge when you're a teacher and then you kind of have to be like a mom and then an auntie or whatever because those things aren't there. But when you have a coach that can, talk to you and help you out and encourage you. And then, as you mentioned, the young man, he doesn't want to go to school. He wants to trade. So
Yeah.
even to let people know that is there.
It's an option.
You know,
yeah.
so people don't fall away and go
Yeah.
opposite, towards downhill,
And there was one young man, this was an 8th grader. We were in the room and he was doing I was asking him questions, and a lot of what he was experiencing, at least that week, was, I just got into a fight yesterday. We got jumped yesterday. Or we all went here to jump somebody. And I was like, what's going on? He said, I don't know. It's just the way it is over here, at least in my part of this
Wow.
particular neighborhood. And he said something really interesting to me, and I hope I get this right. We were looking there was on the board behind him was the schedule of class changes. You get like 3 minutes between each class. And I said, "Oh, you get 3 minutes." I think that was like in high school. He said, "Yeah, sometimes I'm late." "Why are you late? You get 3 minutes." "I use the other stairwell." Why? So I don't run into somebody that I'm going to get into it with.
Wow.
So he knew, and he never thought of it that way. Just don't go up that stairwell. So someone said, just go to the other stairwell. But he comes late every time, like a few minutes late, because of course, he's a teenager. He takes his time. But I am going to avoid contact with that person.
That's
I know
good.
walks down that staircase. It keeps me out of trouble. When I leave school, I'm still going to interact with that person, but I can avoid them at least while I'm in school.
Wow.
So that's just an interesting dynamic that he never met me before. Why would you share that with me? He must have felt comfortable.
Right.
So I thought that was really cool, what some young people are experiencing. It's real for them.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
even if I'm not part of that world. Yeah.
Wow, that's unfortunate.
So, yeah.
But I'm glad that he thought enough even to tell you.
Yeah. I just met him, and I was learning about his GPA and where he needed a certain GPA to play football. He wants to play football in high school. I was like, well, you only need this GPA. And he's like, well, I'm like 2 points behind, but I'm going to get there. The coach wants me to come to his school, so I'm going to get my grades so I can play football. I said, well, how do you do when football's not on? Well, I don't do so hot. I need to work better at my grades when football season isn't around. So he knows he can do it.
Yeah.
But he only does it for football. He won't do it any other time. But so just these kids are funny. They're funny.
But as long as he knows that and he's gonna reach it's still good.
Yeah.
It's a step.
It's a step.
Yes, yes. Little baby steps.
He was doing that some health. I didn't mean to interrupt you. He was doing some health worksheets, and he was flying through them. I was like, you know how to do the work.
Right.
You choose not to. He said, I know. He said, I'll admit it. I choose not to until it's football season, and after that, I just coast. I said, you can't do that in high school. He said, yeah, I know. I know.
So is he going to get attached to a coach?
I don't remember what high school he goes. I think the high school he's going to does have a psych coordinator.
Good.
I'm almost positive it does. Yeah. So like the young woman on that panel, she had one kind of middle school and high school. So they were different, but they got a chance to see some growth there. Yeah.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah.
Come on, CIS.
We're trying.
You're not trying.
We
You're
are
doing.
we
I
are-
don't like to say trying.
Well, we're doing.
Yes, you're doing.
Yes. Yeah.
But it's just like baby steps. We all have to take baby steps and everything. You guys are doing it.
Yeah.
But we're going to, help you do it a little bit more.
I appreciate
so
that.
by doing that, what are ways that we can help you or you guys can get more exposure or,
Well, I think opportunities like this give us more exposure. People understanding what we do. Like I said, it goes from a nice to have to a must have.
Yes.
And helping us secure resources in order to maintain the fidelity of the program. And having opportunities to do that where we're doing podcasts, doing radio interviews, doing news articles. Our social media has blown up. If you get a chance to look on LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram, our social media folks are doing an incredible job of constantly putting out cool stuff about what we're doing. And then I try to follow it up. And so people get a chance. Hey, I saw you did this. You guys had Cardale Jones. Oh, yeah, Chase Brown. Well, what you doing? Wow, I had no idea. So I think those things are helpful just to talk about. Have you heard about CIS? Let me tell you about CIS. That type of thing can be very, very helpful. Volunteering, giving your, resources, whether it be money or supplies or your time, would be very beneficial. Yep.
And if some people are interested, what are some of those handles on, like you mentioned, Instagram and social media? And
Yes. So for Instagram, at CIS of Ohio.
Okay.
On Facebook, Communities in Schools Ohio, at Communities in Schools Ohio. And then LinkedIn, the same, at Communities in Schools of Ohio. Communities in Schools Ohio, yeah. So those three, Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn, have really good information. And anything we do, we tag whoever we partner with. So we shout them out. And we have videos we've done that are really, really cool. We've redesigned our website. We have incredible data that you can look at and see that we're the real deal.
The real deal.
The real deal.
And receipts.
Yeah, we have receipts.
Yes.
Yeah. So we've done a lot in my 18 months. They've done a lot over their 30 years, but I think we've really been intentional in some of the things we've been doing. And the team is incredible.
And then recruitment, how, if someone would say, hey, I want to transition, I want to get a career, or I see the amazing things that you guys are doing, how can they also? So
if you go to our website, ciskids.org, there is a section on there where we have a career section. And as positions open up, our HR will post a lot of site coordinator positions. So there's always something, well, not always, depending on the time of the year, but usually you can find something periodically if a site coordinator transitions or something like that. If you're really wanting to work with students in the schools, those opportunities come up every so often across our portfolio. Yeah.
So what other positions do you guys have then besides just working with the?
So that's a great question. So our program team is the largest part of our organization. So we have the 47 site coordinators, and each in different groupings will have a program director that manages them, and then we have our senior directors and associate directors. But we also have a development team.
Okay.
So we are actually in the process of hiring for a chief development officer. So if you go to our website and look at careers, that is our main fundraiser. So we're looking to backfill that position. But we also have a small HR team, and we have a finance and operations team as well that help us facilitate the administrative and operations side of the work. Yeah.
So that's good. So if you guys are out there and if you're, you would like to help out the community, because that's what you guys do. You guys help out the community. And if you want to empower some students, this would be an excellent opportunity to get into.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. We, our director of community engagement and outreach, her name is Brooklyn. She's the one that helped hooked up this particular opportunity, but she is a beast when it comes to the social media.
Come on, Brooklyn.
She's got me in front of everybody doing panels, anything to say, how can Daryl talk about CIS?
Yes.
We coordinate to make and then she just makes it happen. So it's been really, really fun. Yeah. And then all the other supports that help inform what's Daryl talking about? A lot of these things help inform, so I know what am I saying when I get in front of people like yourself and share the good work that we're doing. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. Each one teach one. So everyone out there, tell a friend, share, let them know about this opportunity. If you know about any students that are having challenges in the schools, reach out to CIS and see how they can help.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
If you go on our website, you can see a list of all of our schools in each of the districts. And if you have a student in that school that you think could be referred to services, and if there's room on the caseload or however that could be, make that connection. Or call us so we can help make that connection. Yeah.
And would you guys like to have, is it possible to have other schools join, or is it, okay?
That's a great question. So how do we partner with schools? So a lot of our partnerships are historical. So like Columbus City Schools and work with like Whitehall, for example. We've been partnering with them for quite some time. A district can reach out to us and we can have a conversation about what a partnership looks like.
Good.
Or there have been situations where we may reach out to a school district and say, hey, here are our services. Here's some of the resources that we can provide with students. Here's what our other districts are saying. Would you be interested in partnership? So that's the most recent one we've done that with is Hamilton Local.
Okay.
They've been a great partner, and we're working in their elementary school. And that was through just a connection. And we had meetings and said, hey, this would be a great partnership to work with. Yeah. So it could go either way. It could go either way.
So that's good. So either they can reach out to you guys, or you guys might reach out to.
We might reach out to them. Yeah.
Yes.
And a lot of it just relationship building and having conversations about what their needs are and how do they match up with the services that we provide. And then go from there. Yeah.
Okay. That sounds good.
Yeah.
Yes. And what message would you like to leave for the messengers, for the listeners? What message do you have?
Well, one is, I don't think this is controversial, to think that school districts, all of the criticism we give school districts, I think we need to be very careful with how we do that. And I can be criticized or I can be held accountable. Absolutely. Give me feedback, but step in, right?
Yes.
If you're having challenges, if you're frustrated with the school, step in.
Yes.
What does that look like for you? I don't know. But to criticize school districts and what they aren't doing, and that's not helpful at all. That's a big message I would give groups like ours that are there to support. We're not there to criticize or say they're not doing this or that. That's not the point of any of this. School districts are doing the best they can with the resources they have.
Yes.
And they're doing a good job in many spaces. And others, they say, well, this may be a challenge for us. But we're challenged with a lot of stuff. So it's not fair to assume that districts are going to do everything for every student at every turn of the day because they just don't have the resources. So we're here to be that additional support. So for those who want to see change, you got to step in and do something. Whether you give your money, whether you give your time, whether you give your knowledge, whether you give a resource, do something. And then if you want to have a challenge with it, but if you're not doing anything and you want to, Twitter fingers and tough guy talk online, I have no time for that.
Right.
Really about solutions and helping and being a partner. Like I said, we're not there to take the place of any teacher or any counselor or any social worker. We want to work with them and be a benefit to the resources that they need. So, yeah.
So that's good. And I see it as a toolbox. Like you guys are an extra tool to help out the school districts.
Yeah.
You go in a toolbox, you bring out CIS, they help with the resources, and that's basically what you guys do. But also, like I said, we don't have to talk about it. We could be about it.
We can be about it.
And be about it is you could put your finances to it, or if you say, hey, I don't have no money, well, let's go. A lot of times in the beginning of the school year, they have back to school sales. We could go, you could get boxes and get some pens, paper, pencils. If you see some stuff on sale, deodorant, whatever, soap, make it a care package.
Those are all perfect examples. Go to school board meetings, do what you were just talking about. Be a coach, be a whatever that. And if you can't do it in the schools or partnership, there are other nonprofits that are doing other mentorship things that we don't do that they're really good at. So we're good at this, but others may be good at other things, maybe for young women or for young men or for workforce. Get in, step in.
Yes.
Get in where you fit in. Is that the term? Yeah, get in. That's what we said back.
You fit in.
That's what we said back in the 80s. So that would be my message. Just get in there and do something for young people in schools.
Okay. Yes. Now, like I said, get in where you fit in. How can they get in where they fit in?
Get in where they fit in.
How can they contact, what ways can they, we mentioned social media.
And our website, we have a contact form. You can also send an email to info@ciskids.org. You can go to our website, ciskids.org, or you can, those are probably the quickest ways to get involved and have somebody reach back out to you. I'll give my email as well, so I have no problem connecting me directly. Robinson, AROBINSON @ciskids.org.
Okay, and then also we have the Instagram and the Facebook.
Yes. Oh yeah, I'll say those one more time. Instagram @CIS of Ohio, Facebook and Instagram are both @Communities and Schools Ohio.
Thank you so much. And I wish you guys nothing but the best. This is an amazing program, and we're all about positive vibes, so it's all about positivity and empowering people. So this is right up my alley. So thank you so much once again. For me, if you guys want to be a sponsor of the show, you're more than welcome to email me at kwillis, Positive Vibes Talk Show @gmail.com. And thank you for tuning in to the K. Willis Positive Vibes Talk Show on 98.5 FM WSAX. Please like, share, and subscribe to the K. Willis Positive Vibes Podcast. Thank you for tuning in to the K. Willis Positive Vibes Podcast. Please order my book, The Principles of Overcoming Life's Obstacles, a 31-day journey to positive living, available on Amazon.com. Until next time, stay positive.